Hey, welcome back to the Tangent Plant. We're here to talk about some shit, see where it goes. I'm Colton.
I'm Devin. I know it's a weird way to start off the beginning of the podcast, but don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think, how we're doing. If you got anything to add, whatever subjects we're talking about, please feel free. We always like to see what people have to say, and um, don't say anything mean because my feelings matter.
Yeah, don't bully me or I'll cut.
Yeah. Well, I won't. I'll cry in the corner. It's all right.
It's the only way.
It's the only way I know how to cope with things.
No, it's the only way I come. You have to be mean to me.
Oh wow, that seems like something happened to when some parents were your parents were probably kind of a little mean to you, weren't
A
they?
little bit of reverse
Yeah,
psychology there.
dude, you were a psychologist's wet dream. Like just like
My mind is a very weird, scary place. I just let you in a little bit there off air. So
yeah. You zoom into his mind, and it's just a unicorn riding a rainbow, just not scary at
play,
all.
playing a ukulele
Yeah, yeah. And there's that Sam Smith guy just dancing in the background, just
with his wiener and his gut out, just hands in the air like he just don't
yeah,
care.
yeah, wearing his little devil hooves he was wearing that one time or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
He worships
He's
Satan.
piggyback riding fucking Lil Nas X.
My God, dude, that was the okay, not only that, but when he sold those Nike shoes, those satanic ones, it had legit blood in there.
Cute.
That's dude, that's so that's so like dark. Like I don't care what people say.
It
If
was probably
you
baby blood. That's how they operate.
yeah, well, if you really don't think that Satan and the devil and entertainment, especially music and Hollywood, don't go hand in hand in some way,
Oh, for sure.
you're a buffoon. You're a buffoon, like on some real business. So I just it makes me like shake my head because I really wonder about that. But yeah, that and not only that, but you can watch countless documentaries. But I think that when people do like Illuminati, it's not that I don't think it's real. I think it's just a like look over here kind of thing. Like look at this little Illuminati thing. And then really over here, it's like, no, we're really sacrificing people and
Yeah.
making people disappear and go away. But
Or
I
like,
will
did you ever see the Crow?
the
I
movie,
never.
no.
Yeah, I never saw the original one
Oh, the
with.
one where Bruce Lee's son dies.
Yeah, no, I've
Yeah.
never seen that one, but the one that came out last year, the year before, I saw that one. That one is pretty good. That was a lot of like that high power. The main antagonist like sold his soul to the devil for all the fame and power and money, and would if somebody didn't go along with what he wanted or something, he would go into their ear and whisper something, and then they would just violently kill themselves.
That's intense.
Yeah, like their eyes get all milky and weird, and then they just kind of and then just do whatever. Like this one lady fucking stabbed herself in the neck, and she just bleeds out everywhere. And he comes whispers into this one lady's ear and comes walking out of the building. And as he's walking, the camera is facing him as he's walking down the sidewalk. And then all of a sudden, the lady falls from the building behind him, and just on the sidewalk. And everybody comes running, and he just keeps walking. Like, yeah, I just did that.
That's dude.
That's I'm sure that kind of shit happens.
Well, okay, so speaking about The Crow, so Bruce Lee's son was like the main character of that, and they were using blanks
Mhm.
or something, but
Yeah.
a piece of the blank came off and like hit
Yeah.
him in the head or the neck or something
Oh,
and
shit.
killed him. Yeah,
See,
and that's what killed him.
I always thought that it was, oh, you know what? I did know that it was blank shrapnel. But for whatever reason, I was thinking he got Alec Baldwined.
No, oh no, he didn't get Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin straight up shot that lady. Like straight up. Actually, there was a Revolutionary War
Her ass got
reenactor.
capped.
Yeah, she got capped. The Revolutionary War reenactor came to our school one time and was like talking to us about it. Or we went there. I can't remember. And he said the reason why they don't point muskets like what was that? Are you watching a video right now?
No,
What was
we got these little balls.
what made you think to turn that on? Like that was gonna be silent, bro.
I really didn't mean for that to happen.
I was just like, someone's vacuuming at 10 o'clock at night.
No, yeah, it's because I was messing with this earlier and I couldn't figure out how to get it to do floaty stuff. And because it's one of them things where you turn it on and it flies,
Yeah.
and then you kind of tap it and it just floats in the air and you play with it. I
Yeah.
could never get it to work. And then I turned it on, and then it was like, well, I wonder if I tossed it in the air for a second, and I did, and then it took off, and I was like, "Oh, fuck, we're recording."
But
It
we
spooked me.
went it got me. It
It
got
got
me.
me. It spooked me.
It
Well,
crowed
now
me. I'm gonna go kill
now
myself now.
I know it works, and me and my son can play with it 'cause he's been bugging me to, play with it for a little while, but I haven't been able to figure out how to get it to fucking work, so
But
now I know how it works.
we had a
Sorry,
reenactor come.
everybody.
No, you're fine. You're all right. It's okay. I was in the middle of a story. It's okay. Doesn't matter.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Good listening, obviously.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's
But
fine, track coach.
we had a reenactor come in, and he was telling us the reason why they don't point their muskets straight at the people, even
Mhm.
though they're not whatever, is that shrapnel or stuff has come out of there before it hit people, and so they just decide to like it's better just to point it up in the air at them. And it's like, well, that takes all the fun out of it. I know you're not really shooting at them.
Alright, Joe Biden.
Well, you know what I think? If you're doing a reenactment, it'd be cool if you could have like paintball guns instead, and so people are really getting hit,
Yeah.
but you'd have to wear a mask because you know there'd be that one guy that gets hit in the face and cries about it
Yeah.
because those things hurt.
Dude, have you ever been shot in the throat by a paintball?
I've been shot in the butt. I've been shot in
Oh,
the butt and the hands
I
and, like,
used to go
body.
paintballing as a kid
Yeah.
well, I was way younger. I used to go with my dad in the woods behind our house. My uncle and my dad, even my grandpa got in on it, um, and all their friends. It was typically in the middle of winter because in the summertime, it was so damn hot, it wasn't even any fun
Yeah.
'cause of how humid it gets back there. And so every time we would go paintballing, it was cold as balls, like even like late fall. What the fuck? Go. You're gonna have to edit this out. Get. Go lay down. What the fuck are you doing? Go lay down. Go. Hang on. Pause.
Yeah.
My fucking dog is going nuts. He was rubbing his ass into the carpet a little bit ago. I think his belly's upset.
Well, guys, gals, had to leave for a moment, and I'm just sitting here. I have a hat collection I've hung up on the wall. I have these kinda hats. The company brand's like Boston Scally. They're really cool hats, but I have a variety of hats up here. I have some like, I don't know what they're called. Hang on. I have like, these kinda hats. Oh, shoot. These kinda hats here. And this is a grunt style hat. I don't usually get grunt style just because I wasn't in the service, but it's got like a AK, but it has like a banana clip. I thought that was kind of cool. That's that kind of stuff. Let me put this back. I got hats falling for days over here. I don't have them super secured on the wall. I need to find a better way hanging them up, but they did this painting of me, my wife drew. We did that or painted. Mine's even like worse. This is what I drew, and it's pretty. I did a terrible job. She did a way better job on mine. I think I like it because the Carhartt symbol. That's pretty cool. You know, bring it in closer. You can see, and she did the Carhartt symbol right there, and I thought that was dope. She did a way better job than I did. But we did that thing where you're like, it's a date thing, and you get canvases and you try to paint each other and see what it looks like. Rough. I did rough for mine, but she did a great job comparatively. Okay, let's just say this. All right. Whale crackers or Cheez Its or goldfish. I will say I like goldfish better than whale crackers, but whale crackers are pretty good. Not gonna lie. Does anybody remember Cheese Nips as a kid? They were like a spinoff or whatever of Cheez Its. What happened to those? I wonder where those went. I've always thought about that. Or like some of the cereals, like they finally brought back French Toast Crunch a couple of years ago. Oh my gosh, my favorite cereal as a kid. I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but you can't beat French Toast Crunch. It just tastes better. Or the old Oreo cereal. I think they brought it back too, but it looked like Cheerios, except it was like chocolate and it had like the little white dots on it. Amazing. There was an old s'mores cereal. Not like the ones they have now. There's a s'more cereal that I don't like, but I can't remember what it was called. It said s'mores and had s'mores stacked up like vertically, and it was like a light blue box. And dude, that stuff hit so hard. I like Pops. A lot of people don't like Pops, but I like Pops. Cocoa Puffs, Cocoa Crispy, or whatever. Fruit Loops, Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles. Obviously, that's what I was trying to say before. Really, really liked. Oh, he's back. I guess I'm done on my cereal tangent. It's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. I was listing off cereals. I was talking about the difference between like whale crackers and goldfish or cheese nips. You remember cheese nips? Like
Cheese Nips. Yeah, it was like store brand Cheez-It,
yeah, but like it was other.
like the little nips.
No, it was big nips. They had big ones too. They had big nips. They
I don't
were
remember the
good.
big nips. I don't remember the
Oh,
big nips. I remember the little nibs.
some people like the little ones, I guess.
Where were we? What was we talking about?
I was talking about cereals. I was getting after on the cereal brands that I used to like. Love cereal.
You know, we're a big Cinnamon Toast Crunch house.
I was just riffing on cinnamon toast because French toast crunch is better. It is, bro.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah,
I
dude.
don't know about
What are
that
you
there, Bob.
talking about, bro? What are you talking
Cinnamon
about? Do you remember?
OG
No,
cinnamon. You know what? You know what? Fucking Captain Crunch, oops, all berries.
that was great.
I mean, or just regular Captain Crunch with berries in it. But like OG Captain Crunch
Yeah.
is kind of ass because all it is sugar and it rips the shit out of your mouth.
It does really, yeah, you either have to get it. Now, I don't like too soggy of cereal, but I also don't like super crunchy cereal. Like, I'm not a big, like, crunchy cereal guy. I don't,
I like I like my cereal. If I'm pouring a bowl of cereal, I'm putting obviously cereal in first. If you put milk in first, you're a fucking psychopath. The only reason you have milk in first is if you finished your first bowl and want more, and then you
yeah,
pour your cereal in on top of the milk that was already there.
yeah, of course.
But I'm pouring cereal to the top of the bowl, and then I'm pouring milk in so where it comes up about halfway up the bowl so I can get crunchy cereal off the top and get a spoonful of milk, and then you got cereal and milk in the same bite, but it's crunchy and you got the milk. And I eat fast anyway, but I really shovel it in so that I can get it while it's still crunchy before it gets soggy because I'm not a big fan of if I want soggy cereal, I'll eat fucking oatmeal.
I think that you're wild for that. I think that's a wild take. I think if you want solely crunchy cereal, I think that maybe there's something loose up there. I think if you don't have a little sog to it, just a little bit of, you know, wilting at the cereal, I think that it's not good. Like, I love
Well,
Pops.
and it's like dipping Oreos in milk too. Like I like a mushy Oreo when I dip it in milk. I want that cookie so full of milk it almost falls apart before you get it to your mouth.
Do
But
you
I
use a
also
fork?
nope. I use my fingertips and I dip it just far enough to where my fingertips don't touch the milk. So then when you get the soggy cookie, but then you also get that little bit right on the edge that's not soggy. So you get a little bit of crunch in there too.
Oh, okay. I'm more of a put 4 Oreos in a coffee mug and pour the milk in, and then that's
My
the way I go.
my stepbrother used to do that when we was kids. He would like, his after dinner treat would always be just a bowl of Oreo like, he would eat Oreos like cereal.
Yeah.
He'd put half a dozen of them in there and pour milk in there like he's pouring it over cereal, and then just hold them under the milk till the bubbles quit, and then he would eat them soggy with a spoon, and then drink the Oreo milk when he was done.
But that's the only really soggy thing. Like, I don't like soggy French fries. I don't like soggy like pizza rolls. I'm more of put them in the oven or the air fryer kind of
Air
guy.
fried pizza rolls are top tier.
Now, what you do is when you take them out, you take butter and you get melted butter and you wipe it on there and then you put Parmesan cheese on top of those
A buddy of
or
mine
garlic butter.
has I have yet to do it, but a buddy of mine has told me that that's the superior way. And it don't matter what kinda I'm a big just old school original cheese
Yes. Yes.
pizza roll. My wife likes the pepperoni ones.
I don't like
If
when
I'm if
pepperonis are
I'm
hidden.
if I'm feeling like I want something different, I'll go for the supreme just for the little bit of peppers in there,
Yeah.
but 99.5% of the time, I'm going cheese.
Yes. I don't, okay, here's the thing about pepperonis. I don't like the little square ones. I don't like when they're underneath the cheese. I don't like that. Like if someone puts pepperonis down and then puts cheese, I like my pepperonis to be crispy. I like there to be
Yeah,
a little bit of a, and I love cheese pizza. I
this
like
is a hot
pepperoni.
take. I
Yeah,
don't like pepperoni on pizza. Not a big fan.
I'll pick mine off. I eat it. Like I'll eat that and then I'll eat the pizza.
I guess it depends on, like, me not having a functioning gallbladder. If it's too greasy, it fucks me up. I'm really not even supposed to be having pizza, but it's worth it.
Okay.
Like, what is your take on, um, Totino's party pizzas, the square bastards?
Okay, here's my take. When I was a young single guy, like a bachelor, and we lived in a bachelor pad, we all ate the living daylights out of those.
Fuck yeah.
But there's only so many ways you can make them. Now I did have a friend that baked his, and then he put it in batter and deep fried his.
Jesus,
Yeah,
America.
America, America.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we deep fried ice cream. There's nothing we can't deep fry.
Deep fried
So
ice cream, Snickers bars, deep fried butter,
Oreos,
deep fried cheese,
yeah.
Oreos.
Oh, don't get me
Yeah.
started on the Oreos. It's so
Dude, I
good,
fucking love that's my
so
I
good,
don't
bro.
go to the fair because I only get deep fried Oreos at the fair.
Well, no, I love a good elephant ear. Haven't had one in a. Well, I was gonna say something, but hadn't had one in a long time.
That's my wife's favorite thing is an elephant ear. Between that and funnel cakes, we both
Funnel cakes are good.
I enjoy a good funnel cake, but elephant
Yeah,
ears are better. But
hot take.
Deep fried Oreos, I will shove one in my ass. They're so good. Pack them in me.
I want I want your hot take. I want your take on something here.
What?
Because I think I know what you're gonna say, but the old debate here. This is old.
Oh God.
Chick-fil-A, Popeyes.
Chick-fil-A.
Popeyes. I just
I love Popeyes. Don't
I
get me
love
wrong, love
Popeyes.
Popeyes, but something about the seasonings in the breading of Chick-fil-A nuggets in
Mhm.
Chick-fil-A sauce fucks me up. Can't get enough of it. Dude, I have a bottle. I have like a 12-ounce bottle of Chick-fil-A sauce in my fridge right now.
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm a Popeyes kinda. I'm not gonna shoot you for a Popeyes sandwich or their delicious fries or biscuits, but I
Well,
will.
you have you
Side note here, this baseball bat, everyone, is a 1950, like 3 or 2 Louisville Slugger. My grandfather used it in Little League, and I also hit a triple with this in Little League in one of my last games at like 14. And you really had to hug the plate. It's a small bat. Like
yeah,
you really had to get in there, bro. And when I asked the ump, I was like, "Can I use this?" And he goes, "It's a really small bat." And I was like, "Can I use it?" And he goes, "If you want
fucking
to."
watch me.
Yeah, dude. And this thing's been through it. I've
Dink.
hit some things with it, but
So many teeth.
anyway, yeah, but anyways, I don't know.
Back
But
in granddad's day.
yeah, yeah. Well, I guess 2012, December 8th, he shouldn't have said that, you know? I'm just
Yeah.
saying. But yeah,
He's
no,
he shouldn't have called me a faggot. I wouldn't have busted his teeth in.
yeah. Well, don't call me that bad word, and I won't have to do that. That's it. I felt like I was justified. So
Yeah.
his dad didn't, but hey,
He
that's all
said
right.
he said mean words, and that's self-defense, so
I was surprised a 10-year-old would say that, but we both found out that day. We both found
well,
out that day that I was wrong.
children aren't born homophobic, that's a learned behaviors.
I don't know. I don't know if you met my cousin Steve, but right out from the gate, he was pretty. We
I
really didn't
have
like him.
have not met your cousin Steve.
Well, that's all right. He's not real, but I'm.
He's my alter ego.
Yeah, yeah, it's my alter ego, Steve.
He hates queers.
Yeah. No,
But it's
I
okay,
mean,
'cause so do I.
yeah, yeah. I will say this: I have family members that are gay, and I don't hate them for that. Honestly, I will say this, especially if they're like the older gays, they're way more relatable as the fact is that they're like
OG
core
gays are
conservative,
way
way more
cooler.
conservative. Yeah, than like these new ones. These new ones,
These these
they
new age
suck,
gays.
bro. Yeah, these new age gays, bro, they're just weird, like on a
We had
different
in
level.
my school back in the day, and there's probably way more now, but we had 2 gay dudes that I can think of. One of them is way cooler than the other. The other one moved to California because he couldn't handle it here, but the other one, I always really enjoyed his company. He was cool as shit. But again, he was an old school gay.
Yeah,
He likes to see homos naked. That don't bother me none, you
don't
know?
bother you none. Yeah,
But he wasn't one that's not his entire personality, though. That's the other thing. He wasn't totally insufferable to be around because it wasn't his entire personality. He had other things that made him who he was that he didn't have to rap being gay around.
yeah, yeah. He didn't like that. Wasn't his whole identity. Was like I like
Yeah.
dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we had
Mhm.
a cross dresser. I don't know if you can call him that these days, but when I was in school, you call him a cross dresser, and it was in high school. It was like my junior year.
Yeah, now they're just trans.
Okay, and so like, but I will say this: did his makeup really well. It was wearing girl clothes, and I'd seen that it was his first day, and I'd seen him and knew that was a guy. And so my friend and I are sitting on a bus waiting. And oh, no, we were sitting in his car and we were waiting, and that person was, I just don't want to say the person's name. I'll say Cindy is what he wanted to be called, was standing there talking to a group of girls. And I said, dude, look at that chick. Isn't she hot? And he goes, oh, yeah, bro. He's got a nice hind end on her, blah, blah, blah. And she turns around and I'm like, that's a dude. He goes, oh, that's not, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. He was trying to cover up for himself. And I was like, no, it's too late, dude.
No,
You already, yeah.
you're just straight with extra steps, you weirdo.
But the next year, when we came back to school, Cindy was a dude again, dressed as a dude and everything. And I
Mm.
was like, what's going on with that? She goes, I just wanted to see what that was like. And I didn't like it. I found out it wasn't me. I was like, well, see, that's nice. At least
You
you were
know what?
honest. You gave it a go.
Yeah. Well, once you suck a dick, you've sucked a dick though, so
Yeah, but you're not wearing a wig and making guys think you're a dude like a chick for a second. So I feel like
yeah.
that's what I
Well,
meant.
yeah,
Like,
that's true.
yeah. Because now my friend probably questioned his sexuality for quite some time and just didn't tell anybody about it. Totally put
Yeah.
himself in a situation where he's like, I'm not like dudes' butts, you know? So
Just hairy, sweaty man ass is the most attractive thing to me. That's the best thing. That is the best thing since sliced bread is just man ass.
that's the shortest thing I've ever heard you say, Colton. That was not
I was listening. I was watching a clip from another podcast that he said, What is the thing that you love more than anything? Like, what are you the most appreciative of?" And he goes, "Dude, I have the cheesiest answer. Dicks."
Did you send me that?
I think
Did you
I
say
did.
okay, yeah, I think
I
you
think
did
I
too.
did. He's like, "My body is a machine that turns dicks into suck dicks."
That's funny. That's so
Obviously,
funny.
not my joke, but, that was oh god, I laughed so hard when I saw that. That was the funniest fucking thing. That's like
They
it's
uh,
like me and my friends in our group chat, we have this thing, it's my body turns hot dogs, or my body's a machine that turns hot dogs into hot logs.
that's funny. It's actually kind of related to that one of my friends' brother, he's a young guy and he got a job, and one of his first things he's gunning for is one of those hot dog makers that rolls them around and gets them all hot. And he goes,
Yeah,
that's an
yeah,
essential purchase. He goes, I don't care if I put it under in a business account, I'll create a business just to
yeah,
make buy one of
yeah.
these hot dog things. And I was like, that's intense.
Well, you can buy them.
There's a show that
They're a countertop appliance. You can buy, like, little mini ones that hold, like, 6
that's
hot dogs or something. You can just have it at your house. They're fucking sweet. Little roller
yours is
dog
sitting right
action.
next to your computer, isn't it? It's
Damn
going
right.
right now. Yeah,
Damn
there's hot
right.
dogs going right. There's six
Damn
wieners
right.
just
Yep.
spinning around.
Yep, straight
That's
up.
funny.
Yep, I built a shelf on my computer desk specifically for my roller dogs.
It's mahogany. It's nicer than the other things.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
it's been like it's got all the
I paid
oils and
I
everything you
paid
don't have.
$4,000 for an epoxy poured shelf specifically for my roller dog machine.
I was watching my wife and I are watching the show called The Promised Land. And I don't know, but basically this is so off topic. But basically they take like the story of Moses, like guiding the Jews through through the wilderness or whatever to get to the promised land, but they make it like The Office. And so it's kind of like the way they do interviews. So Moses and they're talking like, yeah, they're just blah blah blah. And it cuts to like some guy with a goat sitting there staring at him. And it cracks me up some of the things that are said on there. But where was I going with this? There was something so funny that happened on it. It made me laugh. In the beginning scene, it's like the Israelites are fighting against some army. And if Moses keeps his stick raised the whole time, they'll be winning. And so it's been like 3 hours, and he's like, "Hey, I gotta put this." And so he starts to put the stick down, and you can hear him starting to lose, and they're starting to scream. And his brother's like helping him keep his arms up. And he's like, I can't. And he's like, he starts sitting, he's just sweating really hard, and he's like, "I don't know." I thought it just made me laugh when I thought about that, but totally, I was totally off topic. But yeah,
Tangent plant, baby.
yeah, tangent plant. But I'm not a big hot dog guy.
Fuck
I
you.
just, I just, you know what I do? Used to do as a kid. They give me corn dog. I'd eat the bread.
That is so gay.
Just
That's
saying.
the that's the gayest thing e You know what's less gay than that?
What?
I love me a good foot-long coney dog from Sonic. I'll fuck
Do you
up a
try to eat
coney
the whole thing? Do you try to as far as
just
you can
yeah,
go?
as
Yeah.
far as I can go. I've got pretty far before. Sometimes I'll get clear to the end and have to pull it out because 'cause I'm a puke.
I don't know if I'd say that online. Someone might come looking for you. Just trying
You're
to.
you're gonna clip that for sure, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I am. Yeah. Oh, you say you got a
Like,
big mouth.
nah, a big mouth, just no gag reflex.
Wow, that's
No,
super fun.
I'm just kidding. I almost throw up every morning when I brush my teeth. My wife yeah, every time, dude. I'm brushing my tongue and I get towards the back and it's every fucking time, every time.
That's so
I
funny.
There is no way I could be prison gay because everybody'd be mad as fuck because it would be stuck on the tip.
Yeah, I'm just a tipper.
Yeah,
I'm a big tip guy.
yeah, I'm a big tip guy. All I do I just suck on it like a dum dum sucker. That's it. That's all I can
I've never gotten to the center. I don't know what it takes, but I've never gotten there. So
I've heard that it's a very creamy center, but I've never got that far, so
tell me if you do. Let me know.
you'll be the first to find out.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Sends me a picture. It is creamy.
It's very creamy. It's
Yeah.
so
A little
creamy.
salty,
Salty.
but yeah,
Yeah,
salty.
very salty. It kinda tastes like glue, but
I'm not a big Subway guy either. I don't like Quiznos. I don't like subs. I don't like subs.
I tell you what fucks. Um, the Philly cheesesteak from, or I guess it's not a Philly cheesesteak, just cheesesteak from Penn Station.
Penn
The
Station is good. They
cheesesteaks
have good fries.
yeah, the cheesesteak sandwich from Penn Station fucks. There's a little sandwich shop in Roanoke, Indiana called Taste
Love
of Philly,
Roanoke. Yep.
called Taste of Philly, and the owner is from Philadelphia and for whatever reason transplanted over here. But you talk about it don't matter what you get on their menu. I mean, obviously I get the cheesesteak every time,
Yeah.
but it's they have these chopsteak pucks. I mean, it's frozen, but they put it on the flat top, and he smashes it out, and he chops it up, and it's all fresh Angus fucking ribeye meat
Mhm.
that they use for their sandwiches, but, like, just real simple, jalapenos, mayonnaise, cheese, and, mushrooms.
Mhm.
That's all I ever get on that one. Holy shit, is that a sandwich. I mean, what a meal. And their sandwiches, dude, I'm talking they're like a foot and a half long subs. It is so much meat.
I don't like mayonnaise. I don't like mayonnaise. And my cousin had a fight, and we went to Philly for the fight. And I got to hear 2 guys from Philly argue. One was transporting Pepsi in like those like the milk crates, and it like dropped, and they were arguing back and forth. And it was the first time we heard like accents like that arguing. We thought it was the coolest thing. But we went and got cheesesteaks. Yeah, I'm just not a mayonnaise guy. I love butter. I mean, look at me, but I don't like mayonnaise. So
You know what I've got in the habit of Kewpie mayonnaise. Kewpie, Kewpie mayonnaise.
yeah.
There's a burger shop in Lima, Ohio called Kewpie's Burgers, and
Hmm.
it's like their flavor of mayonnaise, but for whatever reason at the grocery store, it's sold in the Oriental section, and I haven't figured that out yet. But it's it's like Duke's mayonnaise, but with more tang to it, and it's not a shitty little pile of shit like Miracle Whip. It's like
I don't like tartar sauce. I don't like ketchup. I don't like mustard. I don't like tartar sauce. It's just tartar sauce is disgusting.
if I can do I don't know if I can do this with you.
That's all right.
I don't know if I can do this with you anymore. This is gonna be our last episode, I think.
I don't, I'll tell you what, I don't like fish. I don't like sushi. I love rice.
Do you shit your whole ass if you'd have came with us to that sushi restaurant?
I just don't like fish, bro. Now, I do like king crab. I'll say that. I like king crab.
Have you been to the Storm and Crab in Fort Wayne?
Yes. Yes, I have.
Talk about I mean, it's expensive, but holy shit. The problem being, though, is I've always been kind of skeptical on places like that because how fresh I mean, we're landlocked.
I mean,
We're
you can get stuff brought
we're like
over
a
here.
full 9-ish hours from the East Coast to the ocean, and longer than that if you're going up to Maine, getting lobster and stuff. So that shit's frozen and probably a little bit thawed and then frozen and probably a little bit thawed. How many times before you get it to your table? It's like, you take a risk of getting the shits, a little bit of dysentery.
We had a driver. I had a driver when I was a driver manager. His name was Horace. Horace, dude,
Horace.
had this real
Was he
deep.
97?
No, he had this real deep, raspy talk. And I mean, dude, the guy could have read you a bedtime story. You fell asleep. Great voice. But when you heard him talk, you think he was like a tall, lengthy dude, but really he was like 4'11", just a super
Jesus.
small, like very small.
Guy,
But
he could be a jockey.
he was from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. And one day I needed him to get this load off, man, off his truck.
Bet you did.
Yeah, you know what? I knew it was coming, just like when he did. And he wouldn't answer his phone for like 2 days, and I finally get a hold of him, like, "Horace, what are you doing?" And he goes, "Well, I'll tell you something. Don't ever eat seafood in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma." I was like, "Yeah, dude, you're in Oklahoma. I
Yeah,
wouldn't eat
no shit.
seafood in Oklahoma." I was like, "Duh. What do you?" He goes, "Oh, I had an all-you-can-eat buffet, and they had some kind of fish." I kind of was like, "It goes, it ruined me." And I was like, "Well, you just ruined your paycheck for like 2 weeks too, because this fucking load was great
Yeah.
money. You know, like it was." But
I'll tell you, there was a restaurant, and I can't remember where it was at. It was in Oklahoma somewhere. Maybe it was in Kansas. It's called the
Mhm.
Jade Buffet. Jade, Jade Buffet. Some of the best, just shitty American Chinese food buffet I've ever had out of a commercial buffet. But there was another one, just a fucking, you talk about a hole in the wall. You wouldn't even know that it was there unless you were walking down the sidewalk. It had this real shitty, just flipping in the wind wooden sign right above the doorway that said the restaurant name. And then it's
Mhm.
like underneath it, it said Chinese buffet. And you walk in there and it's like walking into a damn speakeasy. You walk in the door and it was just a long hallway down. There was a door on the left and then a sign above the door on the right. And I don't know where the door on the left went. I didn't want to stick around to find out. So we went to the door on the right down there at the end of the hallway. And it was like, I mean, this was 2015, 16.
Uh-huh.
The dude stirring up the trays in the buffet was smoking a cigarette. Like, the worst possible restaurant that you
Yeah.
could think of, and it was some of the best fucking Chinese food I've ever had. Like, I couldn't tell you where it is, I couldn't tell you the name of the place, but that was, I'll be surprised if they're still in business. ICE probably got rid of them by now, but if the health department didn't come in and shut them down. I'm talking this place, it was in the middle of nowhere, some little podunk oil town in the middle, and it was literally like 10 houses, a grain elevator, a bank, and a post office, and this fucking Chinese restaurant. It was like, and you know it's good when nobody in the restaurant speaks a lick of fucking English.
It's the
The
best.
only
It's the best.
the only thing that they said was, "Okay, okay, what drink? Okay, okay, thank you. What drink? Okay, thank you. More drink? Okay, thank you." That was literally it, and then when you went to pay, again, it was, "Pay? Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, okay." And it was nuts. It was like, and I've always said that a Chinese buffet is good when you have to shit before you leave.
Yeah.
If it burns a hole in your pants before you're even up out of that booth, that's some good Chinese food.
That is some good Chinese. I
Problem
agree.
problem being with that restaurant is they didn't have a bathroom.
Maybe that was door to the left. Maybe that was that
It
left
was pro
door.
it was probably the door to the left, but dude,
That's what
we
I'm thinking.
we all had to get up and pay and run out of there back to the pickup truck and haul fucking balls back to the camper, and that camper only had 1 bathroom, and there was 5 of us.
Ugh, ugh.
So, I have never in my life been so close to shitting my pants as an adult than that right there.
I went to a restaurant, you might know it, in Fort Wayne, called AA Poke, and it's like a sushi place. It's off Coliseum.
Sounds like a hot pot kind of a place, poke
Oh,
bowl.
no, bro, it's a sushi place. And let me tell you something. I walked in, I was like, it smells like ass in here. It smells so bad. It smelled like dead fish. It was so, and the guy owner was like, no. I was like, yeah, dude. It smells like, I was like, you need to get some Febreze. I was like, this is gross. My ex was getting stuff, and I was like, I can't deal with the smell. And it was just so in
It's
your
pungent.
nose. Yeah, it just right in
Yeah.
there, bro. It didn't even, there was no, in the cartoons where you see the smell, like, and it's like a finger and it goes into someone's nose.
Like
It
like
was like
like back in
that.
the Pepe Le Pew
Yeah.
cartoons, the smell that he would follow and float in the air for.
That first of all, Pepe Le Pew was a pervert. Pepe Le Pew
Big as fuck,
was,
yeah.
yeah, just a horn dog, bro.
Well,
And
yeah,
like little
he's
kids
French, of
loved it back
course.
in the day. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Pepe Le Pew. And
yeah.
first of all, don't even get me started on the French, but I'm not gonna go there. Just freedom fries. That's all I'm gonna say.
They're gayer than actual gay people.
So, I'm gonna this is out of nowhere, but I think this will make a good story.
Tangent plant,
S
baby.
Tangent plant. So, my buddy and I'm not gonna say anybody's name because they all have lives and stuff, but, call him Greg. Greg, and I and my other buddy went to casino for his birthday. Okay, and we all had we had a good time. We had some party stuff going on, and so we drank, we were smoking all this stuff, and we got a really nice room. It was for his birthday, and Greg was on a roll. Greg was hitting the blackjack tables, and Greg had won significant amount of money.
Mhm.
And so it's 1 o'clock in the morning and we're up in our room and I'm getting done smoking. And Greg calls me, goes, "You got to come down here and save me. You got to come get me." He goes, "They're going to get me." He goes, "I called the pit boss a faggot." And they're so my other buddy and I walked down there and it was like out of a movie. I see my buddy Craig and he's got his chips. He's got a bunch of chips and he's walking around and he's looking like this with his chips. And you can just see security slowly get their circle, just more and more around this person. And mind you, this person is a fighter, like legit trained. I had professional fights, like fighter, dude. And I was like, oh, no. So they're now escorting him out of the building into his vehicle, like to his vehicle. And we're sitting at the front door of this casino, and the pit boss and the head of security are talking to me and my friend. And I'm like, he goes, "We're escorting him to your car." He's in a parking garage. We're parked on the third floor. You could hear him yelling at the security guards that are escorting him to his car from the front door. And we're
Nice.
like, okay. I'm like, "Look, man," I'm like, "So you're going to make three drunk guys drive drunk off your property?" I was like, "That's like, can't be lawful."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, we can't have him doing all that." And I was like, it's his birthday. We got a room. Come on. Come on. We got a room." And he goes, "Look, he goes, "We'll let him stay. We'll let you guys stay the night, but he can no longer go to like the casino floor for the rest of the night." And I said, "Okay." And so I start hauling up to the third floor because, dude, I'm just waiting for him to get in a fight with these security guards. And they're both out of shape, fat, just clumsy security guards. And
Hell yeah.
so I get to him, I was like, "Hey, we can stay." I was like, "Call your boss over the radio, he'll tell you." And so now it's just me, my buddy Craig, and these two security guards in the elevator. The whole time, dude, he is just bad mouthing these dudes, talking so much shit. Just, I mean, "You know what? You're fat. I'll fuck you up, man." I mean, just going. And I was like, "Dude, shut up, Craig, shut up." And they took us the wrong way. So to get to our room, you have to go walk across the casino floor and then go to the elevators on the other side. So they walked us the wrong way and it was a dead end. And I tried to tell them, like, you guys work here. This is a dead end. And so they had us walk us twice through the casino the whole time, him just talking so much garbage, dude, so much shit to these guys. And then finally we get up to our room and I could not let them in our room because we had stuff out and about that I didn't wanna have to deal with. And so we finally got that, like, I was the last one in, and they're like, "Do you need help?" And I was like, "I don't need anybody's help. You guys have done enough completely." I was like, "Thank you." And I felt so bad, but he went back the next day that morning and won like 800 more dollars. In total, he
Damn.
won like 4 grand that night. Yeah, and but dude, I'll just never forget seeing him, like, walking up and just seeing him, like, looking, trying to get away from these guys, and all these security guards are just circling. There's like 7 or 8 of them just circling in on him. It was so funny to watch that situation unfold, but I felt bad for everybody, but I don't know what made me think about that, but it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen is him just look around like in a movie or a cartoon trying to figure out where he's gonna go. I had a lot of good casino times, man. When I was going to the casino, I watched Asians are huge in casinos. Dude, the
Yeah,
Chinese
I'm sure.
love
Yeah.
casinos, bro. I mean, I'm sure it's all demographics, but I met a lot of
Look
Chinese
at
people
you
that love.
creating stereotype
I'm just seeing what I saw. I'm just saying exactly what I saw there. I'm not, no
yeah,
stereotypes
yeah,
needed, you know?
okay.
Hey, and real feisty. Like the blackjack dealers were cool. If you didn't know what you're doing, they'd help you.
Mhm.
But people get upset if you messed up like the flow of the game. If you hit when you're not supposed to hit, oh, dude, people get up. Even the dealers would
Oh,
be
I
like, "Why'd you
bet.
do that?"
Yeah.
It was,
It's like
but it's kind of,
you ever watched Impractical Jokers when they sent Sal into the bingo hall to just they would just tell him to say bingo randomly? Those old people in the bingo hall started throwing shit at him and started hollering fucking obscenities, and they ended up having security escort his ass out of there
yeah,
because they got
dude.
so mad. I was like,
Don't
"People,
mess with old people in their bingo. Some
it's
people, that's their,
bingo, dude."
well, that's their, some people probably like, especially old people that live on Social Security, that could be their rent money. or something. Like they don't want you to, but not only that, but it's their life. It's like that's what they do every Friday. Me and Cindy go to the bingo hall,
Yeah,
and last week Cindy won $400, and
yeah,
it's a big deal. You know,
but
so
but so it's exactly the same thing as going to the casino, you're just not gambling as much money.
well, yeah, but I watched one guy cry at the roulette table. He put a bunch of money
Yeah,
on, like,
I'm sure that
red, I think
happens
it
all the
was.
time.
But I've met some really cool people there, but it's really just a depressing place, bro. It's just
Yeah,
a lot of degenerates, and it's a lot of not everybody. There are a lot of cool people. I met a bunch of cool people there that had great conversations with, and I was there. So, you call myself degenerate, but, like, some people, bro,
yeah,
it's their life. Like, some
fucking
people, that's what they
degens.
do. That's what they do for a
I
living.
I went to a casino one time, and I said, "I'll never do it again." We went several years ago for my mom was it my mom or maybe it was somebody's birthday. But we went with my mom and my stepdad and grandparents and that, and we went down to Hoosier Park Racing and Casino in Noblesville, Indiana. Noblesville?
Yeah,
Noblesville. And, we went in there, me and my wife, with $50
yeah.
and came out with $57. And I cashed out and I said, "I'll never do this again."
Bro,
Because,
you're
dude,
good.
it's so there was so many people just you could tell, like, ashtrays full of cigarette butts. Like, they'd been in front of the same machine for fucking 12 hours pushing the same like, it was such a sad, weird dynamic in there. People you could tell that there was people there that bet it all and fucking lost, and they were just trying their best to not kill themselves sitting in front of the slot machines, and there was people in there, I mean, well into their 80s gambling just to, I don't know, maybe feel something. It was like, I don't that's not a place for me. I
It's
don't wanna
kinda
be
like a
in there.
bar, bro. It's kinda like a bar, I think, where you get to know people, but look, if you I here's the thing, here's where I think that you would like it. Dude, if you and I and my buddy and a couple of my buddies went in there with $200. If you just took $200 and went and played roulette, you'd have a great time. There's so many thing about roulette is it's not like blackjack, but roulette, there's so many ways to win money. You can just bet on the color, what it lands on. You can bet, and I've walked out of there with before nothing, but I've also walked out of there with like 2 grand one time. Like I love roulette, I like blackjack, but there is now when it comes to slots, I had an uncle that played slots. And the thing is that it's like sometimes you have to sit there and feed it money to get these big jackpots. So they'd play
Yeah.
for hours and hours and they finally hit it and win like 8 grand, but it's worth. And so my cousin, he was saying that, like, dude, one time in a month or so, my cousin, he made almost like 12 grand there. Like
Damn.
you just gotta know not how to count cards, but you can make money doing
How
it. You
much
just have
how
to get
much
good.
money did how much money did he lose in the process before he hit that 12 grand? It's like
Well,
when people like habitual scratch off ticket buyers. Like
I now my cousin,
how many hundreds of dollars did you win before you just won $100 that made you feel so good that you wanted to buy some more?
he would write stuff down, not like there, but he would write down like he had a while where he was positive every time. But then there was a flip side of that, like you said. It's gambling. You're not all the
Yeah.
house always wins and the house will eventually win no matter what. So you just
Mhm.
kind of have to I think if you're a professional gambler, you just gotta I think that I think you can be a degenerate and you lose everything. And then there's professional gamblers and poker players and baccarat players that do
Yeah.
very well in their life. You just have to figure out what it is, and you gotta have the
Speaking
money
of
to do it.
speaking of habitual scratch off buyers, Florida man this happened back in October. Florida man stole $7,000 in scratch off lottery tickets, then returned to store to redeem them just hours later.
An idiot. What a moron.
After he allegedly stole $7,000 in scratch off lottery tickets from a convenience store, then returned to the scene of the crime hours later to try to redeem his loot.
Did he at least dress in
He
different clothing or something? Like,
uh
anything?
Roughly 40 minutes later, Farley arrived at an area 7-Eleven to redeem the $7,000 worth of scratch offs, according to the document filed in the blah, blah, blah. After an unsuccessful attempt, the bumbling thief returned to the same Circle K, tried to cash in on the 7 ticket books he had stolen from the store. His attempt once again failed. He then left and returned to the Circle K minutes later, only to come up empty a third time. Disparaged, Farley drove back to the 7-Eleven in a black mask, yellow shirt, and black Nikes and pointed a replica Glock at the clerk, demanding a staffer open the cash register. He successfully made off with $120 from the register before escorting the clerk to the back of the store and snatching a pack of Newport cigarettes.
I just I
He
shake
had
my head at all
he
that.
admitted led cops to pull over Farley on May 22nd and book him on commercial burglary and grand theft. After his arrest, Farley told the cops he needed money. He admitted to committing the Circle K and 7-Eleven robbery. In a recorded interview with cops, it is unclear if he divulged his repeat visits. While in custody on state charges, Farley was indicted by a Tampa grand jury. He was charged federally on Tuesday.
So was he unsuccessful in
How
cashing
fucking
him in?
stupid.
Was he unsuccessful in cashing him in because they weren't bought, or there's just
Probably.
too many? Yeah, or there's just too many, and
Probably.
they're like,
I'm
no, we're
sure
not
that
going to do that.
yeah, well, that was probably part of it, but yeah, I'm sure they're serial obviously they're serialized, and when you scan them, it probably tells you if it's been purchased or not. So
Yeah,
he probably tried to scan one of them, and it was like, "Oh, no, this boy stole all these,"
yeah.
and they wouldn't do it, so then he went back and tried to just rob the place in a different shirt and a black mask and a fake gun, and,
Jeez, dude. Oh,
fucking
well,
people in Florida, dude.
yeah, dude. Look, I lived in Florida. I loved Fort Lauderdale. It was a great time, but there is just something.
Yeah, well, you were also selling drugs back then too, so
Don't put any of that guff out in the air. I wasn't. I didn't do anything. All right, I wasn't doing anything
yeah.
at all.
I think
So,
statute of limitations is up by now, old son.
well, you know what? Again, I didn't do anything. So that's not me. I look at my
Don't you
hats I
put
wear.
that
I
evil
don't do
on
that. Yeah,
don't you
yeah,
put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
yeah. Don't you, Ricky Bobby? Look, I hope your son's paralyzed and you have to deal with all this. Don't you put that on me,
Yeah.
Ricky Bobby?
Just stab yourself in the leg real quick. Show me that's true.
You know what's funny? If one person saw that, if one person saw that movie and never been to France or met French people, they just thought all French were gay and like stuck
Yeah.
up.
Well,
Hey, you're not too far from the ledge there, buddy.
that's right. Speaking of French, I had some crepes this morning for breakfast. I haven't had
I
crepes
love
in many
crepes.
years.
I love crepes,
Do you?
bro.
This
Yeah.
one, these had fresh. Well, I don't know how fresh they are because it's middle of fucking winter, but had strawberries and Nutella and whipped cream on them. Holy shit!
So this is going to be a hot take with crepes, but I like a plain crepe with butter and syrup on them. I don't need all the fluff of strawberries and blueberries. Now, if you want to put some whipped cream on there, have at her. But don't fill it full of anything. Just give me a
If
crepe.
we were in person,
Yeah, that's what would do it, huh? That's it. That's it. Not me
that's
calling you
where I
gay
draw the
earlier,
line.
but the crepes.
That's where I draw the line. You cannot have gay pancakes without some more frills.
I mean, they're pretty tasty on their own.
See, and I don't think so.
Well, I don't think you've had it.
I haven't had crepes in many years, and I had some for the first time since whenever it was this morning, and I ordered them with fresh strawberries and strawberry sauce, and they even had a little bit of Nutella, like, rolled into the crepe. So
Wow.
it was like chocolatey and strawberry and crepey and whipped creamy, and all that together was heavenly.
I think Nutella is overrated. I like it, but I haven't had
Go
it
fuck
since I was a
yourself.
child. You know, like a little kid. As a grown man, I don't know if I need chocolate hazelnut spread.
I somewhat agree. I would rather just have, like, regular peanut butter,
Yeah,
bu
peanut butter's great.
but, like peanut butter like, if you want a chocolate nut spread, just put some chocolate chips in with your peanut butter, you know? Cho chocolate nut spread.
Funny.
But my wife goes ballistic for fucking Nutella. She loves Nutella, and I'm like, "Just you're not a child." But also, if you're gonna spot like that's about the only time I'll ever eat Nutella is if it's on something where they're trying to spice it up with the chocolatey stuff, the
Yeah.
chocolate hazelnut, fucking chocolate nut spread, then I'm here for it. But I'm just not just gonna have, crackers and Nutella or Nutella on toast or, whatever. Like I'll just if I want a nut spread, I'll end up just making a fucking peanut butter and jelly sandwich or something.
So
Here's a question.
yeah,
Jelly, jam, what's your favorite? And why do you hate America?
Jelly. I do like marmalades, but I do prefer jelly over jam. Now, hot take on jelly. When I was in middle school, I don't know where I came up with this, but I would make a grilled cheese, obviously, and I'd flatten it out as best as I could, like flat. I'd take it off the pan. I'd put a little grape jelly on top of there with barbecue chips or Doritos on top. One of the best sandwiches.
Make a grilled cheese and use it as the top bun.
Yep. And dude, I loved those sandwiches for the longest time, and then I became an adult. Second thing, my wife for Christmas as stocking stuffers, they got
I
little
Did you
jars.
grow out of your pregnancy cravings as a 12-year-old?
Yeah, kind of. And I realized like this is a heart attack.
That is a pregnancy craving as a
But bro, eat it, and it's so good. The jelly accents, like the just goes really well with the cheese. Like it does. It just
hmm.
goes well with
My
cheese. But
sister growing up would have grape jelly and just American Kraft slice American cheese sandwiches. That was
it
her
goes well
favorite thing
together.
for a long time. I never got into it. Not a
I
thing.
I would suggest trying
Not
my
good.
sandwich sometime. I would suggest trying that.
You should
Um,
open up a restaurant. Just
I thought
Devin's
about it.
shitty sandwiches.
Well, you know what? Everybody has the right to their own opinion. You haven't tried it yet, so you know what? I just, it's okay. You're a mean friend. You're a mean friend. But my wife for Christmas as stocking stuffers, they had little jars of Nutella. It was like this tall and this wide.
We have a handful of those too.
Yeah,
They're little bitty baby guys.
yeah. Not enough to do anything. Like you couldn't put it on a
No,
whole thing of
that's
toast, but
no. You can't even get
hot.
a fucking knife in there. They're literally big enough to get like a pretzel stick in there and just have
Yeah.
pretzel sticks with Nutella. That's about it. That's all they're good for.
Now,
Unless
hot
you give them
take.
to a child and then they'll stick their entire hand in it and get it just
Yeah.
everywhere.
Stuck in there and it's just like all over the place. But my hot take with peanut butter, I don't like sweet peanut butter things. So I don't like peanut butter cookies. Do I like Reese's cups? Yes, sometimes. Do I like, peanut butter on my pancakes with syrup? Yeah, but I just don't it's probably like peanut butter pie I don't like and peanut butter cookies.
God, man, you are just
I just don't like them. I just don't.
I I will you talk about a pie that is worth fucking up. Is peanut butter pie. Just like a regular
Chocolate pie's
peanut butter
worth it.
pie.
Chocolate pie's worth it.
Peanut butter pie, chocolate pie is a close in the podium.
No, it's not.
Peanut butter pie is top tier. It's just a solid top of whipped cream with some like chocolate, like some shaved chocolate on top, and a good solid graham cracker crust on the bottom, so it stays together when you're eating it. Don't just fall to shit, man.
I'd rather have a pastry crust than a graham cracker crust.
Mm.
I will say this, yeah, I just don't I love peanut butter. I don't get me wrong. Now here's a question for you. Do you like peanut butter sandwiches or do you like peanut butter and banana sandwiches? I like peanut butter and banana sandwich with hot Cheetos in the middle.
Fuck.
Dude, try it. Try it, bro. Try
Are
it.
you a geriatric idiot that
No,
you're just trying to spice your life up so you can feel something?
the fact that you call me an idiot again, mean friend. I would never insult you in such a manner that, you know, I would never do that.
That's like
Dude,
I
people
mean,
put chips
okay,
on
so
sandwiches
alright.
all the time. People put
Yeah,
chips on
but
sandwiches
hot
all the time.
Cheetos on peanut butter and bananas?
Try it, bro. It's so
No,
good. Yes,
no,
try it.
no,
Then don't talk about it.
no.
Then don't talk about it. If you can't try it,
There's lines you don't cross.
yeah,
Now,
how is that
peanut
a
butter
line?
it's like so like potato chips on a bologna sandwich. Universally fucks. Spicy like and maybe there's something to it. Maybe there's something to it. 'Cause
Y-
like, everybody likes like I've seen people like my mom for whatever reason loves smoked cream cheese. Every time we have a family gathering, she wants me to put a couple blocks of cream cheese on the smoker. And the last time she gave me some mango jalapeno jam, I'm getting hiccups just talking about it. But sweet and spicy, and then you get a little bit of the creaminess from the hot, the basically fucking cooked cream cheese, and that's some good shit on a cracker. You put that on a cracker, dude.
You could put
But,
that on. That guy. Yeah, I remember that guy.
yeah. Uh, but going back to the peanut butter banana sandwich, I would prefer so my choice between jelly and jam is jam.
Okay.
Love And to go even further, preserves. Like raspberry preserves are top tier because you get the obviously the raspberry flavor. Well, then you get the texture of the seeds. For
Uh-huh.
whatever reason, I love the seeds in my jam and my preserves.
So have you told your wife
But
you like
then
dudes
so
yet with that?
you talk about liking dudes put hot Cheetos on fucking
It's
peanut
so
butter
good,
sandwiches.
bro. You don't even know.
Whatever, whatever. So if I was to do that, I would prefer just a regular peanut butter and jelly, but a peanut butter and banana sandwich definitely has its place. I've had plenty of them growing up as a kid.
Huh.
Even as an adult, I'll make them on occasion. Like, I'll
Yeah.
make them for the kids, and I'll make them for the kids and then make one for myself because you don't need to have an entire banana on one sandwich.
No, you don't. That's too much.
But, yeah, then I'll even go as far as to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but then put a layer of bananas in between and sandwich it.
I
Now
feel like
that's a
that's
sandwich.
reckless. I feel like that's reckless.
Have you ever
Um,
you ever had a fried peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
I've done
Like, you make a
Elvis. Yeah,
PBJ and
I've done an
you
Elvis.
make it like a grilled cheese?
Now, but he liked bacon or something on his, and I tried bacon on the
I
side,
bet that'd be
not
good.
bad, but not bad. What I used to do is my grandma would make she would take either French bread or Texas toast, very different breads, and she would make home
Yep.
fries. She'd make home fries, so
Texas
like
toast is
actual French
fucking
yep,
huge.
and she'd make home fries real crispy, and then she'd make bacon, and I'd put that in a sandwich, and that'd be
Mm,
my and I
yeah.
loved that, bro. I loved that. I might do that now. I don't know, but
My for whatever reason, and I don't know if it's just because you're a kid and somebody's making it for you and that's their thing that they make,
yeah.
but, like, growing up as a kid, my grandpa and, like, literally the only thing that he knew how to make was egg sandwiches, hard-boiled eggs, and bowls of cereal, and, growing up, spend the night at grandma's house, and he would make me just 1 egg, American cheese, a little bit of Hellman's mayonnaise, and toast the bread. But it was always whole wheat bread because he always said, "The whiter the bread, the quicker you're dead." And so, for whatever and I cannot replicate the taste of it. Growing up, that sandwich was sacred. It was the best thing my grandpa
Yeah.
ever made for me. And I don't know, like I said, if it's the love that they put into it or if it's just somebody that you look up to is making it for you and it just tastes better. But for
Mhm.
whatever reason, like it seems to me that anytime I try to replicate a recipe for anything, whether it's just a simple fucking an egg sandwich or something complicated like a dinner that somebody used to make me as a kid.
Yeah.
It never tastes the same, and I don't know what it is.
I think you're right. I think it's a love thing. I really do because same thing with like I love making cornbread, but something does not taste the same as my grandmother's cornbread. There's just something
Mhm.
different, and I've made it the exact. It's just, and I love me some cornbread,
You
bro.
follow the recipe, and it's never the same,
Yeah.
whether
Now,
it's a three-course meal or if you're just making some pasta or a sandwich or I mean, even like, cookies are the worst
yeah.
because the cookies that grandma makes are the absolute best heaven on earth, but if you try to replicate her recipe, it's not even fucking close.
Now my wife makes really good brown butter cookies. God, she makes brown butter chocolate chip cookies like a champ. I mean, just good cookies, man. I've always loved me some good cookies. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
My aunt, a couple weeks ago, we didn't end up going to my mom's side's, like, the big family Christmas because we
Yeah,
just had too many fucking Christmases to go to that day,
yeah,
being so that both mine and my wife's families are split up, so we got, like, 8 Christmases to go to every year.
yeah,
But so they came my aunt and my grandma came over last weekend or the weekend before and gave the kids their Christmas presents,
mhm,
and, she made some of my great-great-aunts. Yeah, it was my grandpa's mom's sister that, she used to make this peanut butter fudge that is like, I'm not a huge fan of fudge, but I will fuck up some of that fudge,
yeah,
and she's been gone since 19, me and my wife were together then, so it's probably 2019-ish. Was it? No, it was earlier than that. That doesn't matter. Anyway, so I haven't had that fudge in many years,
uh
and when I got a hold of that man, it was just like it was like taking your fucking bra off at the end of the day. Just a wave
Man,
of, shit, man. Just,
yeah.
you get something like that from your childhood, and it just unleashes something in a man.
I don't mind fudge. Fudge is good, but you can't go wrong with a good dessert. You can't go wrong with a good meal made from an aunt, a great aunt, a grandparent, an auntie that you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't go wrong with
Mhm.
that. My wife makes really good
Yep.
meals. She makes really good stuff, so I can't complain. I love stuff like that. Even, like, my grandmother, she went to culinary school, and before that, she's from the South. She makes excellent food, and she has shown me so many different things and given me so many good recipes that I'm so thankful for
Yeah.
because it just definitely changes the way
It's
you do things.
it's funny. My wife's, family is pretty widespread. She's got some on her dad's side. I mean, she doesn't really talk to her dad's side much, but her most of the people on her mom's side are either dead or excommunicated. So she doesn't really have like she at least since we've been together, she's had no grandparents. Her last uncle died several years ago. Anyway, so she doesn't really have like family recipes per se.
Mm,
And her mom, my mother-in-law, this is gonna get me some flack in the comments, dog shit cook. Doesn't season anything. I mean, doesn't season a fucking thing. Somehow will make meat that is wet and dry and squeaky at the same time and is just terrible. So like when my wife cooks something, I'll go like she'll be doing her thing, stirring whatever. She'll walk away to the other room and I'll come back through with a little bit of extra seasoning and
mhm.
put it in there or add a little bit of chicken broth or do something to liven it up a little bit because half the time she cooks, it is so bland. And, like, she
Yeah,
knows it because, like, we went to my dad's side of Christmas, and
yeah.
she was walking through the kitchen like, "God, you guys have such good shit here." It's like her stepmom is kind of a weirdo, all her food sucks, and her mom's food sucks. And so like and she's always really excited when we go to my mom's side too because my mom's side's real is full of good cooks and that's
Yeah,
kind of where I get it from too is all the people that come before me that kind of taught me how to do stuff and she just doesn't have that.
same.
And so like I'm more so the cook in the family, but
That's awesome.
yeah, it's comical. She gets so mad because, like, the other day she made a pot of rice, and I
Okay.
said, "Did you salt this rice?" And she said, "Well, yeah, I salted it." I said, "This tastes like absolute nothing. It's just rice. It's just mushy, nothing."
No, she rest.
And 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 she showed me what she did. Like, we have one of those fancy I just bought a couple actually off of Temu, the fancy gravity salt salt and pepper grinders,
Yeah,
and so she showed me, she just went, "Meh," and that was it. I was like, "No, no, no, no,
put
no,"
it on there.
and I grabbed it, and I grabbed it, and I went around that pot, like, 3 or 4 times with the salt, because you salt the water, and then it soaks into the rice. It's not like
Yeah,
you're salting the rice, itself, and
yeah.
so, like, I even, like, after so she made beef and noodles the other day because I made a pot roast in the crock pot, seasoned it up. It was one of the best pot roasts I've done so far. 'Cause I've never this is the first time I did, like, a cornstarch slurry there at
Yeah.
the end to thicken it up and to make it like a savory, thick pot roast, potatoes, carrots, all the stuff, and so she had me save a little bit of the meat so she could shred it up, and make beef and noodles with it, and same thing, she made the beef and noodles, and I came back through when she walked away 'cause I grabbed a helping of it, put it on a plate, went over to the table, and took a bite, and I was like, "No." And I went back to the pot and gave it gave it some salt, pepper, garlic, went back to the table, gave mine some salt, pepper, garlic, gave the kids some salt, pepper, garlic, and she was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "You didn't I don't know what you seasoned this shit with, but it was like, you must have stood beside the pot and just screamed salt and pepper and hoped that it got the flavor because this is it's bland, man." But
That makes
I know I'm gonna get flamed in the comments. if we get any on this one, but that's also just me and my wife's dynamic.
Right.
We bicker and make fun of each other like that. Like, you made fun of me the other day 'cause, like, we were on the phone and I said, "Yeah, way to go, you big dummy." And you're like, alright, well, I wouldn't have called my wife a big dummy, but
We make fun of each other, that we're pretty good at that. We're both very good sports when it comes to, like, making fun of each other and poking fun. Now, do you put butter in your rice?
I'm not allowed to make the rice.
Oh, okay. Do you
I'm
put
not
butter in
for
it? Do
what
you put
because
butter in, like, when you have your own bowl, do you put butter in the rice?
no.
Never?
Mm-mm.
Try it sometime.
Mm-mm. I didn't even
Try
know
it
that was an
sometime.
option.
Yeah, try that sometime. It's amazing. It's a very
Was
American
it?
white thing to do, but yeah, it's glorious.
Hell yeah.
Put some butter in your rice.
So, I have been cooking here recently with beef tallow, more so than butter.
Ooh, okay, yeah,
That yeah. I bought this can, and it's probably a bunch of fake bullshit. I'd like to make my own at some point whenever I get my next beef roast going,
yeah,
but I bought this. It's just a jar from Chicago Beef Products or something like that. There's a big stockyard over there,
yeah,
and it's a can about that tall and about, probably that big around, of just beef tallow, and that's what
yeah,
I've been using to cook shit with.
yeah,
And I've heard that it's really good for you. It's better than, like, butter and fucking cooking oil and shit. So, I've been cooking with that and salt, pepper, garlic on everything, and I'll tell you, it's made a big difference in how shit tastes too.
yeah, yeah, I bet.
Like, a fried egg and some beef tallow is way better than a fried egg and some butter.
Oh, I bet. I bet it is. I'm gonna have to do that because I like to make my wife eggs, and I like to make, like, good scrambled eggs, good soft,
I'll
creamy
tell you,
scrambled eggs.
you know yeah, I wish I could do that for my wife. She gets mad at me for the way I make scrambled eggs.
Why?
Because I just wanna taste the eggs. I'll put a little bit of milk in it and, like, some salt and pepper, like you're supposed to, whisk it up real good so it's just one cohesive egg, and then, I'll stir it up, get it scrambled, get it good, and, sometimes I give it to her a little creamy, but, uh but, like, the last time, she's like, I don't want you to make me eggs anymore." I was like, "Why?" She's like, "Because you season it." And I was like, "Yeah, I season everything. I season it every single time." "Well, I just wanna taste the eggs. I don't want all the extra shit. It's like, I don't want milk. I don't want seasoning. You're not allowed to make me eggs anymore." "Okay, fine. I'll just go fuck myself. I was, trying to show you some love and whatnot, but that's fine. Peace."
Alright, we should call this one, so we got an hour 20.
I just wanna read one more thing.
Yeah.
The WHO has now classified bacon as a group carcinogen, cancer-causing. Group 1 is the same group as tobacco, asbestos, and arsenic.
Oh my gosh, well, then I guess I'm
And to
dying because I
that
love bacon.
I say, get fucked, World Health Organization, because they're also the same people that tried to mandate the COVID vaccine, and I haven't taken it, and I don't regret it because
Yeah,
I am not full of fucking blood clots and autism. Well, I'm full of autism, but not blood clots.
well, just don't take too much Tylenol, then you'll be alright.
Oh, it's now I'm telling you can take it as a grown boy, but
Yeah.
as in utero and as a child, it it fucks you up. But as a grown boy, when your brain's all developed and such, it's not as big of a danger, but damage is already done by the time you're a grown boy.
It's grown boy. I'm just a little boy. Just grown. Just happy boy.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, everyone, class, I appreciate you listening. We'll be back. We'll do have episodes every week, but I hope everyone has a good night. And like I said, if you have anything about the foods that we listed off, any kind of comments, anything you suggest, please let us know in the comment section. We appreciate the views, the time, and we'll talk to you later. I'll see you.
We're on
Yes.
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube,
TikTok.
and TikTok too. We're on TikTok. So, if you like what you see, like, subscribe. If you subscribe, it means the world because all that does is boost us into other people's algorithm, making YouTube and that think that we're actually worth a shit. So,
And we'll
you know,
shout you out
if,
sometime. We'll do a
if
shout
we
out.
can, if we can grow this into something cool, maybe we end up with some sort of community. That's what we're after. So,
Yeah.
like I said, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, share it with your well, probably don't share it with your grandma, but
Yeah, don't share with grandma. Share it
talk
with your
about gay
friends.
stuff and 9/11 conspiracies.
We're
Share it
gonna
with
get
your
to the
friends because
9/11.
we
We're
do
gonna get
definitely
to the
talk about some dumb
9/11,
shit.
but we are gonna get to the 9/11 conspiracies. We're gonna do
Hell,
some conspiracy stuff and some cool history
roll
things. We'll
tide.
do guns, roll tide. And and yeah, I hope you guys have a great night. I'll talk to you later.
Yep. Ta-ta.